Penn State going to Champaign, Illinois. A game that I was heavily anticipating at the beginning of the season for sure. Uh, I mean, we have the line on our graphic at 15. It's down to like 14 and a half. A lot of places, 14 even. But for the sake of our show, we're gonna play it like it's at 15, right?
which makes a difference,
Um,
obviously, versus 14.
yeah, I think yeah, if I was to update, I think I'd put it at 14 and a half because that's what it is at most places, I think. But yeah, I mean, this is very interesting. The Illinois defense, gosh, I mean, feels like losing Ryan Walters is a big deal. Feels like losing that secondary has been a big
Yeah,
deal.
I think that's more of it. I they hired from within, and obviously Ryan Walters, very smart dude. Obviously, credit a lot of the success last year to him. But they hired from within. I trust Bielema. He's always had good defenses there, and wherever he's been. But it's the talent and the secondary and the experience is tough, 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 tough.
Sorry, hold on.
Hey, we good. I'll talk a little bit about
Yeah, sorry. I was
Penn
just
State's.
gonna trying to pull up some stuff on. All right, we're good. Yep. Sorry about that.
No, you good. To be honest, I think
You still see
I,
the
I
screen?
yeah, we're all good. We're all good.
All right, sweet, sweet.
I've been high on Penn State. Obviously, we took their over. That was almost a double play for me because I think they're going to dominate this year. I think in this game, as they should. Like you said, I was a little bit more worried coming into the year because of what I thought Illinois was going to be defensively and even offensively with Luke Altmaier coming in, some talent, Isaiah Williams wide there. But I think Penn State's going to really control this game. They're going to do whatever they want to do. Kay Allen is a guy that Nick Singleton gets all the glory, but Kay Allen's a really good runner. Both those guys will be able to make plays this year. Can they control this game? I think they will. If they can't, though, then you see the test on Drew Allar, right? With a pretty talented front. Although Keith Randolph, I think, got hurt a little bit at the end of the Kansas game. Not quite sure what his status will be. Hopefully, he's back and healthy for their sake. But Kendra Lambert Smith has really emerged as a damn good wide receiver. They got some talent in the tight end position. Obviously, they got some other receivers behind him. Dante Cephas, namely, a guy that I've been super high on, waiting for him to break out. But I think it's a good test for Penn State. I think they should dominate, though. I think this should really be. I want to see them come out and just impose their will all game, offensively and defensively. Even though they're going on the road to Illinois, it's a hard place to play. Just ask Michigan last year. Should have lost that game, but Penn State, yeah, give me Penn State and the points.
I'll take Penn State to win for sure, but I'll actually take Illinois in the points. Look, the defense has not been what they've wanted it to be, but they've faced two incredibly mobile quarterbacks, right? That have really exposed their linebackers, and some of their defensive front, like in terms of like the speed there, right? Although Gabe Hawkes, I think, is a very good athlete, but I do think Penn State runs the ball differently than Kansas does, right? Kansas has a very interesting run scheme, a lot of misdirection, a lot of linemen flying up to linebackers, right? That causes your defensive lineman to kind of like over pursue, right? Devin Neal hitting holes hard. A lot of read option, some triple option even in there, right? If you really want to get into it. But I do think this is just a different matchup. I think it's big boys versus big boys. And I think in the first half, I think it's going to be pretty close. I think in the second half, Penn State pulls away because I think some of those guys on the defensive line for Illinois are going to run out of gas. Kind of like what LSU did when they ran out of gas against FSU. Kai Wingo can only play so many snaps, right? I do think Johnny Newton, Keith Richards, Gabe Hawkes, I think those guys can actually match up with some of these big boys on Penn State's offensive line. So I think Penn State wins, and I think Drew Allar will look good. I think he will. I just don't think Penn State's going to be able to run the ball the way that they think they're going to be able to run the ball. So yeah, give me Penn State to win, Illinois to cover. If you're going to give me 2 touchdowns, more than 2 touchdowns, I'll take that at home.
If you're looking for a path to victory, if you're an Illinois fan, and how can we upset Penn State? You have to start 10 times better than you did against Kansas. I mean, obviously that game was out of hand right away. With how Kansas jumped on you. You also got to establish the run with your running backs. I know Luke Allmeyer, has made some plays with his legs. Obviously, had the long touchdown against Kansas, but you got to give him a break. I think, and we've been impressed with him. I don't blame the Kansas game on him at all. I know he threw some picks, whatever, but I think he's played pretty darn well, all things considered. But you got to get Isaiah Williams involved. You got to get Pat Bryant, Casey Williams, and then obviously Reggie Love out of the backfield as well. But yeah, I just think Penn State's so talented everywhere. I think there's no holes on this team. I think they're really going to be able to kind of do whatever they want when they want. But obviously, if you're on, you jump on them early, you get out there, you put Drew Alar in positions he's not used to being in. That who knows? Who knows, right? Obviously, it's college football; anything can happen. But yeah, give me Penn State in the points.
Yeah, I think if there was a weakness of Penn State's defense, I think it would be their interior defensive line. So I think Illinois, like when they decide that they want to run the ball, they need to stick with it. I think 100%.
Yeah, but I love Zane Durant though as a young guy, sophomore. We talked about him in our breakdown. He's only 280 though, so he's not. He's listed as 280. So
that's what I'm saying.
There's some size concerns there. But their linebackers are so damn good. Curtis Jacobs, Abdul Carter, Kobe King. Kobe King's what does ESPN have listed as a linebacker? Isn't he he's a cornerback, right? Or does he play slot for him now? Like what? Oh, Kalen King. I'm sorry. His brother. It must be his brother, Kobe King. I totally misread that. My bad. Regardless, though, Penn State. I see what you're saying, obviously, but I'm not quite as concerned for Penn State on that front. Because also we haven't seen Illinois been able to do that, and if they get into a negative game script for them, then they're gonna be struggling.